So you're thinking about really, truly scaling up your Google Ads budget? It's a huge lever for growth, for sure, but you know what? It's also one of the riskiest. Let's dive right into the 7 critical checks you absolutely have to make before you start pouring in the big bucks.
Look, when you're talking about massive ad budgets, you're not just playing around anymore. This is real money, with your company's bottom line on the line. Every single click, every conversion, every single dollar, it all counts.
And that really brings up the big question, doesn't it? Is your account actually ready for that kind of pressure? Because let's be honest, jumping from a small test budget to a massive spend without the right foundation, well, that's like trying to win a Formula One race in a car you haven't even taken out for a test drive.
And if you want to know what can go wrong, get this. One study found that a staggering 76% of the average Google Ads budget is spent on the wrong search terms. Just let that sink in for a second. More than 3/4 of your money just poof, gone, on clicks that don't matter.
And this really shows you the sheer scale of the risk. You know, a small mistake on a low budget, that's just a learning experience. But at an 8-figure spend, that exact same tiny error can have catastrophic consequences. We're talking about something that could potentially wipe out your entire marketing budget.
So, how do we avoid that disaster? Well, we treat it like a pilot getting ready for takeoff. You run a pre-flight safety check. And in the world of Google Ads, we call this a hygiene check. It is your absolute best defense against wasted spend.
You know, there's a line from the source material that really nails this. Letting your account be is one cardinal sin to be avoided at all costs. That whole set it and forget it mindset, that's a one-way ticket to campaigns going off the rails and your money just bleeding out. With big budgets, being vigilant isn't just a good idea, it's absolutely mandatory.
So what exactly is a hygiene check? Well, think of it like this. It's a series of audits designed to find and fix all the weak links in your campaigns. It's about making sure your account is clean, efficient, and built on a rock-solid foundation, ready to handle the pressure of a huge budget increase.
All right, let's get into the nitty-gritty. Here are the 7 essential audits you need to run before you even think about hitting that scale button.
First up, and I can't stress this enough, you have to master your conversion tracking. If you don't know what's working and what isn't, you are flying completely blind. And like the old saying goes, you can't optimize what you can't measure. And that's a gamble you just can't afford with a big budget.
And you might be thinking, oh, that's basic, but you'd be shocked how common this is. A staggering 71% of Google Ads accounts have their conversion tracking set up incorrectly. This is the single most critical error. Seriously, just getting this one thing right puts you ahead of most advertisers right from the get-go.
Okay, so once your tracking is totally locked in, the next step is to simplify your ad group structure. Why? It's simple, really. A clean, organized account gives you a crystal clear view of what's performing, which makes it way faster to manage and a whole lot easier to optimize.
I mean, you can just see the difference here. On the left, it's a total mess. On the right, clean, specific. A great rule of thumb from our source is this: if you have more than 10 keywords in one ad group, it's time to break it down. Make smaller, more specific groups with 5 or fewer keywords. This makes a huge difference for your quality score, which is basically Google's rating for how relevant your ad is.
Hey, remember that scary 76% statistic on wasted ad spend we just talked about? Well, this right here is your secret weapon against it. Negative keywords tell Google what searches you don't want your ads to show up for. It's such a simple step, but it stops you from paying for clicks from people who are absolutely not your customers.
Here is a perfect example. Let's say you're selling new, premium leather boots. The last thing you want is to show up for searches like used boots or boot repair. By adding those as negative keywords, you make sure your budget is only spent on reaching actual relevant buyers. It's a simple fix with a massive impact.
So, where do you find your best new ideas? They are literally hiding in plain sight in your search terms report. This thing isn't just a bunch of data, it's a gold mine. It shows you the actual phrases people typed into Google right before they clicked your ad. These aren't guesses, these are proven terms that are already working for you.
All right, let's bring it home. The final 3 checks all focus on refining your ads and what happens after someone clicks. They all work together, so let's look at them as a set. Writing multiple ads, using specific landing pages, and adding relevant ad extensions.
First up, the magic number is 3. You should be writing at least 3 different ads for every single ad group. Why? This lets Google's algorithm do the heavy lifting, testing different headlines and descriptions to automatically figure out what performs best.
It's like having built-in automated optimization. Next, and this is a big one, never, ever send traffic to your generic homepage if a more specific page exists. For example, if somebody clicks an ad for ethnic wear, they should land on a page showing, you guessed it, ethnic wear, not your entire store. This boosts relevance, improves your quality score, and directly leads to more conversions.
And finally, ad extensions. Google themselves have confirmed that using the right ones, like call buttons, locations, or extra site links, can improve your click-through rate by 10 to 15%. They make your ad bigger, more helpful, and way more likely to get that click. It's literally free real estate on the search results page. You have to use it.
So after you do all these checks, what's the big payoff? It's simple, really. You get to scale your budget with confidence. You're not gambling anymore. You're making a calculated investment based on a healthy, optimized, and proven account foundation.
So let's just put it all together one last time. This is your 7-point pre-scale checklist. Master your tracking. Simplify your structure. Eliminate waste with negative keywords. Find gold in your reports. Write at least 3 ads per group. Create specific landing pages, and use every single relevant extension you can.
Every one of these 7 checks works together to build that essential, solid foundation. This isn't just about making small tweaks. It's about protecting your investment so you can get the maximum return with the absolute minimum waste. And that really brings us to the final thought. After going through this entire checklist, take a hard, honest look at your own campaigns and ask yourself, is my ad account truly ready to scale?